Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are in the world today. I hope that you and your loved ones are in good health. Hope that all is pleasant for you. Once again, welcome to the Common Sense channel. On this channel, we get to talk about those things that people know, that people have thought about, but don't often have the time to discuss. These, my friends, are the things we talk about here on the Common Sense channel. Once again, welcome to the Common Sense channel. Today, we want to talk about nature. So many of us, maybe from the time we were born to the time we came of age, we've often heard about nature, human nature. Whenever there is natural disaster, whenever something terrible happens in society, people often say nature, human nature. Oh, nature is at it again. But we don't understand what nature is. So I want to talk about nature, but I want to look at nature from the standpoint of the Almighty. And I'm going to explain to you, looking at nature from the standpoint of the Almighty, but looking at the sun as a practical, as a practical example, so you can understand what the Almighty is and what actually is nature. So let's look at the sun. And I think religious people, maybe some 2,000 to 3,000 years ago, when human beings were trying to understand our environment, our world, our interconnection between the universe and human nature and human beings, or human nature, let's say human nature. Because the reason why we're saying human nature is because within the human is nature, and the nature has a connection to the sun. And the sun is the Almighty. Now you say, common sense, why are you saying the sun is the Almighty? So I'm going to break it down for you. Without the sun, nothing, absolutely nothing, no life will exist. That including human life, animal lives, plants life, none will exist. Because the sun is the creator. The sun is the energy that sustains everything. The sun is the energy that processes everything on the planet as well. The sun, in my view, is the undertaker. You understand? You know the undertaker? When you hear of the undertaker are people that comes into a home, a hospital or nursing home or any facilities that care for people or provide care for people in their old age or in a point in their life when they don't have that much time to live. So when they passes away, the undertaker comes and takes the body. The undertaker is the one that comes and remove the body from your home. Say you pass away in your home. The undertaker is the people that comes and remove the body and takes the body to wherever, to the morgue, for autopsy, whatever circumstances you happen to pass away. The undertaker are the ones that come and remove the body from the home, the nursing home, the facility, the hospital, wherever you passes away. So that's the role the sun plays in our entire nature. That's why when they say human nature, They're talking about that connection between humans and the Son. And the Son is the Almighty. That's the reason why no one has ever, this is true now, you can check any book you want to check, no one has ever been able to colonize the sun. You cannot even stand to look at the sun. In olden days, there were people that came out with theory that the sun was the center of the universe, and they almost got murdered. They almost unlived them because they were saying something that was taboo or something that was hidden from the rest of society. But in actuality, the sun is actually the Almighty. When someone, okay, let's see it this way. A long time ago, when the sun didn't come out, humans will go out. They will do whatever it takes to pacify the sun. You understand? And that's where the concept of God came from. I didn't read this in any book. I don't have to. It's understanding the Creator and understanding nature to do the connection. Anyone can do this. What I'm doing on this video, you can do it too. You just need to discover yourself and start to connect. Once you discover yourself, you make that connection with the ancestors, you can make the connection. So long time ago, when the sun didn't come out, the humanity, our ancestors will come out. This is in all race of people, in all cultures, in all ethnicities, wherever part of the world they were at, because the sun displays itself throughout the earth. It doesn't matter where you are. You can be in Asia, you can be in Africa, you can be in Europe, you can be in North America, South America. Wherever you are, the sun displays equally to all of these places. But if the sun never shows out or show up or comes out, the people will go out and they would do certain things. They would beat drums, they would knock cups, they would knock anything around, just hit on object to create sound. And they would do it for days. And when that sun came out, finally come out, they were happy because they understood the importance of the sun. Look, if the sun does not show up for a week, you will notice everything will start to die. The first thing that will start to die are the plants. They will start to die. And the next thing are going to be humans. We don't have no control over that. We cannot duplicate it. We cannot create the sun. We can't do anything if the sun chooses not to come out. It rises up a certain time and it descends a certain time. So it ascends a certain time and it never fell on that time. So the concept of a God that religious people will come out to create and give to you came from that. When someone passes away, the sun is what finds the body. The sun is what processes the body. Even if it's 6 feet under the earth, the sun is still responsible for processing the body. I saw this during the Civil War in my country. I seen the whole process of how significant the sun is. From the time the person dies to the time their body, the decaying process, until they became a skeleton. I saw everything. The sun was where the sun was intricate or integral in the entire process. It's the same thing that happens during the seasons. The sun is responsible for the flourishment of the plant. The sun is responsible for keeping you alive. Even the organs in your body, the charging of your body. The sun charges your body. The sun is responsible for charging the moon. You understand? So there's nothing more important in our nature, in our connectivity to the sun, than what we have as the Almighty, which is the sun. That's why no one can stand in its presence. You cannot stand in the presence of the sun. You can't even look at it, because the radiation alone from the sun will blind you, or you would on life just looking at it. You understand? That's how powerful the sun is. The sun is the Almighty. Every time I come on this channel, the goal here is to just talk about things that will get you thinking. Because religious people, I'm not talking about Jesus thinking people, Jesus consciousness people. No, not those ones. The religious people, there's the differences between them. The religious people are the ones that lie to you. They saw what I just explained to you, and they used that to create their Godheads. There's no way, absolutely no way, you can study God. Nobody can study God. So you see this huge contradiction, because they say in their religious text, because I told you in previous video that I mess around with the scripture. So I seen it in there where it says no one knows what the Creator is thinking. You don't. So if you don't know what the Creator is thinking, how can you then tell me what the Creator says? Our relationship with the Creator is personal. So whatever you've heard the Creator says, that's just for you. That's your own message. You cannot take your message and bring it to me as the message from the Creator. To me, no. If the Creator wants to talk to me, that would be on my own. In my own space, you understand? And it's not going to be in your space. So that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to tell you that the sun is nature, and nature is the Creator. Now, check this out. The Creator cannot live in the same space of fears that we live in. Humans, the Creator cannot live in our space on the earth. Why? Because we are living in time. We are life. The great man's greatest enemy is time. Time is our greatest enemies. You understand? As I'm talking to you, the organs in my body is aging at a speed unimaginable. So if for those people that like to say God is a he, God is a she. So if God is any of that, or for the sake of my video again, God, but I would say the Almighty or the Creator, say if the Almighty is a human being or has human characteristics, that means the Almighty is aging, because the Almighty is living in our time. You understand? The Almighty is living in our spheres, our atmospheres. And because of that, that means the Almighty is aging. The Almighty does not live in our time. And because of that, the Almighty does not age. The Almighty, as they said, I think it's one point the religious people got this, Ancient of Days, doesn't age. Now humans age. Because we age, we will die. We will perish. If we're not aging, then we live forever. That's what I think. Maybe now, not in this generation, maybe few years down the line. But I think humans will come about the knowledge that the Son has given, S-U-N, has given to the plants. Because plants do not die. They recycle themselves. Humans will do the same. They reproduce cells. They reproduce their own cells. So whenever their cells dies, then a new cells is reproduced, regenerated in the plant. They don't die. I believe that someday humans are going to come up with the solution to the fountain of life. And we will do that. We will be able to do it just like the plant does. We will be able to whether it's going to be in the form of stem cells or whether it's going to be in the form of liquid, whatever thing we're going to come up with that will go into our spleen, our liver, our kidney. You know, as you age, the walls in your heart and your kidney and your spleen and all these organs in your system, in your body, they get thinner. You understand? And once those walls in your organs get thinner, then it's difficult to function the way it was when you were, say, 5, 6, 7, 8, or when you were in your 20s. You understand? That's why when people get older, if they get a little wound or cut wherever part on their body, it takes them forever for them to heal. Now, someone who is in their 20s, if they get the same cut in the same location, in less than 12 hours, that location is going to heal because the cells in your skin or in your body, they are fresh, they are young, they have a lot of energy, and they're able to replicate themselves, they're able to produce themselves quicker. So what I'm trying to say is this: in the future, not too distant future, we will be able to come up with a solution where we can inject those organs with cells that will go into these organs. We'll be able to inject the organs itself, or we'll be able to inject into our bloodstreams these cells that will go into these various organs and just regenerate them. So once those organs are regenerated, then they become newer. You understand? So instead of us replacing a heart, a kidney, a spleen, we're just going to do it intravenously. Or maybe when you do, I think intravenously would be the best because things go faster through your bloodstreams than if you have to do open the entire body and do the surgery. But I think that's the solution to finding the fountain of life. Remember, religious people told us that we were created to live forever. And I am banking on that. I know we humans are created to live forever. There are people on our planet that knows that. And the sun has shown us, SUN, has shown us through the empirical observation of the plants. You know, remember, look at the plants. Every season, when the season, like if you live in North America, like in this country, you see what happened during the season. When the season is changing, these plants, they go through cycles. Humans will be able to do the same. Humans can do the same. And once we notice that, once we found the fountain of life, humans are going to live forever. Now, the only thing you're going to think about is we wouldn't have enough place for everyone. Understand? But that's something will be, once the time comes, maybe I may not be here, but when that time arrives, there will be solution for that too. We humans are the solutions. I've done videos where I say we should make this place our heaven. We shouldn't think about hell. This place right here is our heaven. We should think about ways how to live forever on this planet. Because once you can renew, once those cells, once whatever that remedy will be for the fountain of life, whatever that remedy, I don't know I cannot call it a name. I can't say stem cells and all that, because stem cells, what it does is just grow another organ. But let's say whatever that thing will be in the future, it can be called something else. It can be a liquid, fountain of life liquid. And once it's inserted in your bloodstreams, and it just touch all your organs and regenerate just like the starfish does. And now you're back. Because the only reason why you die is because your organ failed. Ask the people that have to do dialysis. They will tell you. Religious people told us that we die because of sin, which is a bloody lie. You know, you die because of the food you eat. You die because of your environment. The food you eat, your environment, these things are the main culprit for why your organs fail in your body. Now, to solve that problem is to regenerate these organs. The sun, again, has shown us that this stuff is possible through the observation of the plants. If you look at the plants, you see that's what they go through. They recycle themselves. Every season they do that. You see some trees been around for like thousands of years. One tree been around for thousands of years. What do you think is happening? That tree could have been dead long time, but it's still standing because it keep regenerating new cells. And then the more it regenerate the cells, the more it gets bigger. And that is my solution. And I think all of this thing comes from the sun. The sun is the solution to answering our problem. The sun is the Almighty. Don't even try to dispute that, because there are more I haven't really said in this video about the sun. But I'm saying it definitively that the sun is the Almighty. Not like the Son of God, though, because all humans are sons of gods. All of us. We are sons of gods. We are children of the sun. Our skin, all the vitamins in our body is the direct work of the sun. They tell you get vitamin D from the sun, but I'm telling you get all of your vitamins from the sun. Why is that? Say, why am I making that claim? Because the sun deals with the plants, and the plants is your food, right? The seeds, the plants are your food. So because they are your food, they get the nutrients, the minerals from the sun. So basically, all of the minerals, all the vitamins in your body are, my friends, from the sun. You understand this? That's why the sun is the most important element. And I think is our connection to the sun. It's so significant only if we know. If we know, we would value that stuff. Some of us see the sun comes out every day and we pay no attention. We are busy worshiping and following false God when we can be saying thank you. Long time ago when the sun didn't show up for like a week, people were all over the place beating drums and knocking cups, making noise, doing whatever they can for the sun to show up. Imagine if that happened in our world today. No leader, I don't care how powerful they are, can help you. They themselves will have to bow down to that. And that, my friend, is the Almighty, the Sun. Don't let no one tell you there's some God somewhere. And all of the Spirit knows that. You understand? The sun, no one can mess with it. No object can come close. In fact, the sun is positioned in a way in terms of distance that it doesn't even burn the object, but it helps, with the energy flow on each of those planets in a planetary formation. Something must have done it. And that thing controls everything. And that's the Almighty. The sun is, because the sun is positioned in the middle of the planetary formation. Go check it out. Somebody almost had their head removed because they saw that. I don't think that person was the first, but that's what it said he was. Someone must have seen it before. But that's what our ancestors used to worship. And these religious people came in and they say, oh, paganism, because they understood the significance. If you think I'm lying, don't pray for the rapture. Just pray. Go to church, mosques, wherever you go to worship your God. And just pray to your God so that the sun doesn't come out for like 2 months and see what happens. You see the air. If the air you're breathing in, if you're going to be able to breathe. You want to try that? If you can try that, tell me what it looks like. The sun is the undertaker. The sun is our sustenance. The sun is our connection to the Almighty. All of the energy that we are radiating out of our body is the direct result of the sun. When someone passes away, the sun is what processes the body. It takes the body, processes the body, and gives the rest to Mother Earth to take care of that too. The sun does everything. The sun deals with the plants, the animal, everything. Get their sustainability from the sun. So when you get up in the morning, pray and say, thank you, sun. Because that's what keeps you going. That's what keeps your life moving every day. The sun. As I've always said in all of my videos, the greatest thing that can ever happen to anyone is not the day you were born, not the day you had your first child, the day you graduated from high school, college, the day you got your first apartment, the day you got married, none of that stuff. The greatest thing that can ever happen to anyone is the day you discover yourself. Because from that day, my friends, everything will start to make sense to you. Don't think when I come on my channel, I'll be talking everything I'm telling you. I've observed these things. It's common sense on my channel because people try to think about things in a different way. You don't have to. Look, you just need to go outside and look at your environment. Let me tell you, anyone who's a scientist, scientists are the most religious people. When I say religious people, I'm not talking about the one, they don't be reading Bible and they're not Bible toting people. No, I'm not talking about, they're not like that. They're not fanatics. But when I say religious, it's what they do. Anything you do constantly, over and over, it's your passion. You keep doing it over. That's religion. Religion is anything you do. It's like custom. Anything you do consistently is religion. Scientists have to respect nature in order for them to understand. If you don't understand nature, if you don't respect nature, nature will never bow to you. Nature will bend your way when you respect nature, when you learn to understand it, when you learn to work with it. It's part of the universal principle. Once you understand that, it will work with you. Then that's what scientists understand. They know when someone talk about, when a religious person, real scientists, not the fake ones, because some of them, they go into these things, they know the truth and they go sit in the church and they tell them that there's a person up there in the sky that's going to give them wealth when they know everything is here. Not that kind of scientists I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who knows the truth. And they're seeing the significance of the sun. And they're seeing how the sun is connected to the life on planet Earth, and how the sun is connected to human beings, and how we're connected to the sun. They know that. But they just stay in their lane. Because long time ago, they're trying to tell the people, like Plato, Aristotle, and all these Greek scientists or philosophers, they saw these things and they start to tell the people they nearly unlived them. So I think maybe that's the reason why scientists don't want to speak out. But scientists, they understand nature. In order for you to be a scientist, you have to respect nature. As the forensic scientist, if someone got unlived somewhere, the flies is what helped them understand the day, the time that that person was unlive. Then eventually they'll be able to find the person that did it. All of these things are happening just because of nature. Nature is showing them step by step, and they're using an empirical observation too, with their knowledge, to piece all of these things together with the connection of nature. So I don't want to go too far into this. There are more to this video than I'm explaining on this video because of time. I don't want my video to be too long, so I'm just going to leave it right here. And again, I want to say thanks to all the people that continue to watch my videos. I want to say thanks to those people that remain subscribed on my channel. And also, if you like the video, if you have comment, don't hesitate to post them here. I will be delighted again to give you feedback. Again, I want to thank everyone. I know there are people out there that think like this. If you're out there, you think like this, hey, be my friend on here. You know, there's nothing, again, On my channel, everything is strictly common sense. You understand? So if you're a common sense person, comment. Like I've always say, everything that impact humanity starts with asking question and thinking, asking question, thinking, asking question, thinking, asking question, and then finding solution. Without these things, nothing will change. Thank you and have a pleasant day, and you and your family stay safe and blessed. Thank you.